So I know for sure Italy is south of here, but I'm not sure if I could just walk there across the Alps. Also, I don't have a map, but I do really want a big plate of pasta, so how bad can it be? Shit. I'm confused already, to be honest. Welcome to an epic adventure, or failure, who knows, but epic nonetheless, as I will attempt to cross the Alps from Austria into Italy, just so I can eat a big bowl of pasta. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Andreas, but my friends call me Hazel.
That's a girl's name, isn't it?
For the last 6 weeks, I've been on a low-carb diet. Beer has carbs? Because I've been getting a bit of a chubster.
I am a little piggy.
But now that I've lost a sufficient amount of weight, I figured it's time to stop with the diet. And who does pasta better than the Italians? Exactly, no one. In order to spice it up a bit, Arrabbiata style, so to say, I've decided to not use any maps until I get to Italy. So last night I drew up a little map of what I think my pass might look like. Here it is. Now what I know for sure is that I can't just take some road down there, like the main road into Italy is way further west. So my main concern really is how I'm gonna get across the Alpine Divide, the main ridgeline of the Alps, because these will be the highest mountains. There might still be some snow up there. Yeah, I'm not really equipped for snow, let alone crossing a glacier. On this hike, the use of any digital maps or apps is not permitted. However, I can ask people for directions and use any publicly available maps I come across along the way. But before we venture into the unknown, it's time to enjoy some brunch. So we've reached the end of my valley now. Once I climb over the next ridge, we'll be in new territory. They do make cheese here, which is pretty cool, and I think I'm actually gonna buy some, so I'll have food for later. Of course, I did bring a little bit of food, but overall I am quite reliant on finding huts to get something to eat. Yeah, I didn't bring a stove or anything. And so the adventure begins. However, it doesn't take very long before I have to face my first challenge. I'm confused already, to be honest. And I've been up on this ridge before, but I remember it differently. Okay, there's a hut down there and a road. Yeah, I don't really know what's behind these mountains here. So I think I'll just follow this path here, then make it up on the ridge somewhere, take it from there. Somewhere. Okay, I'm up on the next ridge. Never been here before. It's really cool to see these mountains. I didn't think they'd be this intense. And yeah, it looks like there's a road over there, because following this ridge, I don't think there's much of a point. Yeah, hopefully this road takes me very far and doesn't just end somewhere. I definitely still need to get higher. I'm at 2,000 meters now. I've done 1,000 meters elevation gain so far. These mountains around us are probably more like 2,500 meters. The road was looking a lot closer from up there. Fuck, my shoes are wet already. Everything is so wet everywhere. It was supposed to be sunny today. Okay, I'll stop whining now. Okay, we can see the end of the valley, but I have no idea how I'm gonna get over these mountains. The road takes me past a small farm and luckily for me turns into a trail soon after. And the landscape ain't so bad either. Whoa, check out this lake. So cool. Okay, where does this go? Oh, what do we have here? Didn't expect to find this here. It's pretty sweet. Okay, let's look at the sign first. So I think this trail goes to some peak at least. And I don't know what's on the other side, if there's a trail down. Guess we'll find out. Almost at the top here, at this peak there. Found snow. Oh, fuck. Whew, not gonna lie, this part sucked. More snow. Oh, I see stuff. It must be like ski resort. Okay, let's go to the top and make an assessment of our dire situation. Yeah, I'm not sure if I took the best route because from the looks of it, just continuing straight instead of going into the other valley might have been easier. But whatever, here we are. I also start feeling the weight of the backpack a little bit. It's not like crazy heavy, but still like 18, 19 kilos, so it's not light either. And yeah, I'm not really sure where we are. And then there are like super big peaks in the distance with lots of snow, which is a bit worrying. Doesn't look like there's any road that just goes straight through it. 4:15 now, maybe walk 3 more hours or so, and then find a place to sleep. And maybe a hut that has beer and a massage. Damn, today is only day 1 and I'm already beat. Ah, well.
A trail leads me from the 2,500 meter peak into what appears to be a ski resort. Eventually I come across another sign that points me towards civilization.
3 hours to Gerlos. There's a hut in 2 hours. I don't know if it's open at this time. Ah, fuck, let's give it a try.
As I make my way further down the valley, the ever-changing landscape has yet another treat in store for me.
Man, this is like one of the coolest hiking trails I've ever been on. Like all these boulders and the river. So cool. Now if the hut is Weissbier too, it will be a good day. Hallo. Oh, I see a roof down there. Looks like it's a restaurant. Grüß dich.
Deswegen hat er gefällt.
Hast du noch ein Bier?
Ja, sicher. Und der Schnapsel vom Haus, oder?
Gern.
Ja, sicher.
Definitely lucked out on this one. Cheers. Okay, I did 1,710 meters up, distance 26k. And yeah, overall I think I got pretty lucky with finding trails and the route I took. Maybe there would have been a better one, but so as far as I know, I think this is pretty good. So cheers to that.
I set up my nighttime accommodation a few hundred meters downriver from the hut. But before giving my muscles some rest, I enjoy some cheese, duck breast and more isotonic liquids.
According to my watch, I burned 6,000 calories today, so I think low-carb diet is over. Fuck, this is so good. I fucking love duck. Camping food doesn't have to suck. If you don't want your camping food to suck, fry up some duck.
The next morning, I make my way into the town of Gerlos in search of a cappuccino and directions.
So I see a map here for the ski resort. Where am I? I think this map is actually quite useful. I need to take a dump.
With more pressing matters to attend to, I head to the gas station before analyzing the map any further.
Das ist der Lichtalm. Also nochmal 25 Kilometer, dann gehst du schon mal auf Südtirol. Aber es kann sein, dass noch Schnee oben ist.
Ja, das mache ich mir ein bisschen so.
Da kommen sie mit den Skiarmen.
Ja, wenn es die Kühe schaffen, mehr ist auch schaffen. Gut. Dankeschön, bitte. Pretty much everyone told me like a different route. I did find a map which is the same one as on the sign, and it was for free at the gas station, so doesn't break the rule. It's busy here. But yeah, like the guy just said, that it might be too much snow to actually cross over into Italy. At least I have a plan. Look at these little schnitzels.
A 5-kilometer walk from Gerlos takes me to the entrance of the Wild Gerlos Valley. Here, a cute bistro seems the perfect place to dry my gear and have some breakfast.
Hey, never change a running system. So yeah, we do have a plan for today. Basically going into this valley, there's a hut at the end. On the sign here it says 4.5 hours, and from there I actually have to cross over another ridge. I'm not sure what the snow situation is going to be like there, so that might still be an issue, because if I go all the way in there and then it doesn't work, then it's basically game over. The ridge on the map, it says 2,600, 2,700 meters. I think it should work, but only one way to find out. But first, cake.
Green, the color of true elation. Pine on a summer's day. See, I've been waiting for you, waiting for you. Green, the color of true elation. Pine on a summer's day. See, I've been waiting for you, waiting for you.
I'll be entering National Park, which sucks in a way because it means I'm not allowed to fly the drone.
Keep my secrets, clean my slate. Now
However, it does make for some great landscape.
paint a picture, fit the shape. Masterpiece while you complain. Was a puppet, now I'm vain. Paint a picture, change my name.
I think the hut is up there, 500 more meters.
Scream, the power of celebration. Make way for a generation that's been waiting for you, waiting for you. Now it's all so green. Now it's all so green. Now it's all so green.
It is really beautiful up here, I gotta say. And I could sleep up here, but I'm worried that then I'll have to do too much tomorrow. So I might try to get to the other hut, but it's still 4 hours away. It's like 4:30 now. So if I rest here for another half hour, then I won't make it before 9 o'clock. But I guess worst case, if I don't make it to the hut, I'll just sleep somewhere in between the rocks. This place is awesome here. Almost a bit sad I'm not staying here. But yeah, you gotta keep going, or someone else will find the magic pasta first. Can't let that happen.
In In order to make it to my accommodation for the night, which is in the next valley over, I have to climb 400 meters to the ridge. This wouldn't be too bad if it weren't for the snow doing its best to slow me down.
Fuck. Oh.
But even without snow, it's not much better.
Wanna get your balls on this? First 300 meters going up was so fast, and then the snow really put the brakes on me. But I can see the ridge. We did all this. And what's on the other side? Oh, looks steep as fuck. Okay. So now I'm at the ridge. It says 2.5 hours on the sign. Not sure how I feel about that. 1,000-meter descent. Okay. Interesting. This is why this is a black. Shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Didn't expect a Via Ferrata. Shit. Oh, this is scary. Where's the next rope? It's set to turn around. Like, what the fuck is this? Just like a rope leading down the snow. Better than no rope, I guess. Woohoo! That was fun. Whoa. Good times.
But not for long.
Oh fuck, this really sucks. Like, I just punched through the snow here into this hole, which would be fine, but I broke the fucking poles, which I kinda need, and they were also really expensive. So, that's a pain in the ass. Fuck.
One pole I passed by a little lake which would make a suitable camping spot, but as it's in the shade, I decide to push on.
Well, that was another long day. Over 30 kilometers, 1,560 meters up, 1,300 down or something. And tomorrow, it's make or break. Either we make it into Italy tomorrow or we don't. Tomorrow will be exciting. Good morning. Today's the day. Yeah, spent last night in this humble little mountain hut, and I've already had some luck this morning because I found a second pole in the bin. Someone else, there was a broken one as well, so someone else broke one of his poles and left the good one behind as well. I mean, the good one is a bit of a piece of shit too, but better than nothing. Really nice back here, really nice. So I've got two options here, and the first one might be a little bit shorter, but looking at the snow, I'm not sure. I think this one is the safer option. This way, I'll be climbing north facing, so there might be more snow, and if I go this way, I'm kind of climbing like east-west facing, so should be fine on either side, so I'll go for this one.
After climbing a few hundred meters, I reach a smaller side valley, which is no less beautiful. As I seem to be the only hiker in here, my hopes to find a Weißbierhut are dwindling. Unless...
Little hut here. Doesn't look like it's a restaurant. Oh, what do we have here? You gotta love Austria. I mean, people just think ahead. It's just like a treasure chest of beer for €3 a can. We can have a nice little lunch by the river. Perfect, perfect. Ah, this is so good, so good.
With yet another crisis averted, thanks to Austrian ingenuity, I continue to the end of the valley. But before climbing over what might be the last ridge before Italy, it's time for a little lunch break, as well as some much needed first aid.
Oh, nice. Time to pop that sucker.
Ooh, it's a squirt up. How much fucking liquid is in there? Ugh, like a balloon. Where's the disinfectant? Oh, here.
Safety first. Got cheese, got speck, got beer, got Almdudler, which is Austria's national drink. It's like a herb lemonade. I bought these before the trip. There's even Almdudler Haribo. So, full package here. Let's go to Italy. So should have about 300 meters elevation gain left, and to push me over into what will hopefully be South Tyrol, I'm listening to an audiobook by the man, the legend himself, Reinhold Messner, from South Tyrol actually. Yeah, he's telling all his stories about Mount Everest, Nanga Parbat, all those mountains. Really interesting audiobook. So I think what I'm doing is quite similar. But obviously I could never do the things he's doing, because I don't think they have Weißbierhuts at Mount Everest. What the fucking snow again. So we're just meters from the ridge now. And I genuinely don't know if this is like the border to Italy or if that's later, because on my super duper map there are no borders drawn on. But now I think it might be the border. I can imagine that this, back in the days, could have been a border checkpoint. Let's see. So I think this should be the Italian border. Austrian National Park starts here apparently. And then there's another sign for another national park, and it has some Italian writing. South Tyrol is German-speaking part of Italy, but they usually put both languages, so it doesn't really make sense if this was still Austria. So, yeah. Nice. Now we just gotta find some pasta.
Yes, this was indeed Italy, and in fact almost Italy's most northern point. A lucky coincidence for myself. Had I gone further east, I'd have missed Italy altogether and ended up in East Tyrol, which is still part of Austria. But would I be equally lucky at finding pasta?
Yeah, so pretty sure we're in Italy, and I can see this hut up there, which looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is open, if there's anyone here. No pasta here. This is just an old tall building, just like on the other side in Austria. And the signs really didn't tell me anything else, what there might be for huts and how long this valley goes. It's gonna have a short day today, but might be getting late once again. But it's okay. Today is not so bad. The weather is good, not too hot. And we're in Italy. Fuck yeah. I don't know what this is below me. Maybe it's pasta. came across this really cool hut. No pasta. According to the girl, it's like an hour to get to the next town. Mission not quite accomplished, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So, Italian cow. Hello. Like the Italian cows are more chill than the Austrian cows. Hello.
With the cows as my only conversation partner, I eventually reached the town of Kazan.
Pretty beat now. Today was the shortest day, only 20k and like 1100 meters. I was fine all along, but now the last hour just took it out of me. But now I made it into Kazan. It's not very big, but there are restaurants. Maybe there's even a pasta dinner. But right now I've got a headache. Right now I just need water and a bed.
And as so often in life, once you stop chasing something, it will come to you.
That smells amazing. Yeah, we did it. We made it into Italy for pasta, so it's fucking delicious. After 6 weeks of no pasta, this is amazing.
So let's have a look on a proper map what it actually took to get here. In 3 days we hiked 82 kilometers through 8 valleys and climbing 4,300 meters over 5 ridges. And though the route could have been slightly optimized, I did get rather lucky overall.
So last night I had a bit of a crisis. I mean, I've reached my goal, I got my pasta and everything, but it just felt like, oh, I don't know, do I have to do more? Is it good enough? So then I thought maybe I have to hike to the Dolomites and eat pasta right in front of the Dolomites for like that final image. Then I looked at a map and realized Dolomites are too far to hike in 2 days, which is all the time I have left. But then when I woke up this morning, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't a race. The purpose of this trip isn't to get to Italy fast just to eat pasta. It's about to experience new things and enjoy what's directly around us. This valley is really nice, so why don't I just, wander around a bit, stop at every hut I see, have a Radler or an Aperol Spritz or an espresso. So yeah, like that, I'm happy with the trip. I'm happy to go back home tomorrow, and I don't feel I have to have any regrets.
Despite my best efforts of taking it easy, I end up climbing 800 meters, which takes me to this little gem of an alpine hut.
Now look what I found, without even looking for it. So did I find the holy grail of pasta after all? Who fucking cares? I mean, in Italy, I think you can't really find bad pasta, so. But yeah, overall, I'd say mission accomplished. It was a super fun adventure. Yeah, makes you appreciate like the unknown a bit more, because it's really hard to find the unknown nowadays. We just constantly look at our phones and takes the excitement out of it.
And for my dessert inside the Refugio, I even come across my audiobook hero.
Seems like Reinhold Messner has been up to this cabin as well. So I think on that note, it's time to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for coming along on this adventure. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.